Alrighty, let's get to it. I'm John Wetton with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Grand Slam and MetLife Dome Night 2 event. Firstly, in regards to the G1 Climax 31 tournament field, I will mention the blocks in this review, and then I will do a deeper dive when I do a predictions video a little bit later in the week. Let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments. I will say that while I didn't hate anything on the show as much as I hated Yano versus Chase Owens yesterday, that was so fucking shit. I fucking hated that goddamn match. There was nothing on the show that I loved as much as Jeff Cobb versus Kazuchika Okada. I always screw up Okada's first name. I really should just say Okada. I love that match. Inject that match into my veins. Don't do drugs. And also, you can't inject a match into your veins. It's not physically possible. But anyway, one of my favorite matches of the year. That being said, there were some good moments on this show. There were also some moments that I really didn't fucking like. And I think you probably can guess what moments I didn't like. I listened to the English commentary feed. Kevin Kelly, my favorite play-by-play guy going today. And Chris Charlton, because he can translate, the Japanese promos, and I struggle to learn anything in Japanese. I mean, I have difficulty keeping up with what the kids say these days in English. You kids, get off my goddamn lawn. Anyway, so we have a Stardom showcase. Momo Watanabe and Saya Kamitani. I think I said Suya yesterday. I do apologize. Taking on Julia and Siri. I think I might have screwed that up, but Julia, I see why people praise her. Holy shit, they had a great goddamn entrance. Easily one of my favorite teams. I might have to check out more of their stuff, though I don't have time to watch Stardom full time, not even part time, maybe just occasionally, because I review so much wrestling as it is, and I work full time, and also, yeah, I need sleep. That being said, I see why people praise Julia. She is beautiful. She is absolutely beautiful and captivating, but her and Siri, they did a great, they have a great entrance and everything. Fucking love the entrance. It kind of remind me of Daft Punk one more time. But some really good stuff. The crowd was into it. The pace was good. There was some nice double teaming, some hard kicks and strikes, dueling submissions. Hard crash crossbody outside. Beautiful Northern Lights trap. That was really well done. Traplex, a stretch muffler got stopped. And then a Poison Rana. Don't know why anybody does a Poison Rana, but whatever. It's not my neck. Then we get a stretch muffler, and Julia and her partner get the victory. Because I'm pretty certain I screwed up that name, so I'm not going to say it anymore. But man, might have to watch more of her matches. Because fucking hell, she's great. Anyway, we then get a card rundown. Okada and Ishii versus Jeff Cobb and the Great Okan. And oh, for the love of motherfucking Pete, I can't get away from this sack of shit Okan. I fucking hate this gimmick. Nothing even against the person. It's a fucking stupid gimmick. What is Gato doing? What are the people in charge of New Japan doing? Are they trying to make everything overly cartoonish to the point where people just have to laugh? I mean, I watch New Japan. Yes, New Japan's had cartoonish shit and everything. They've had ridiculous stuff, westernizing or whatever. People are going to go through fits and spurts, and I understand that, and you got to try new things. Great Okan, he isn't very interesting. He's a fine athlete. He can do some stuff. He's just not interesting. This whole, the whole thing where he can't even see because, he ain't able to pierce the veil, if you will. I'm not talking about the goddamn band. It's a stupid thing. Now, I love Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb beating Okada yesterday. Sorry, spoiler if you haven't seen it. That was great. And Jeff Cobb, I love seeing him compete, and he's going to be part of the G1. I look forward to that. And Ishii, I always love watching Tomohiro Ishii in the ring. But god damn it, give me Ishii versus Cobb in a series at some point, please. Just fucking stop with Okan. Either get a new gimmick or something. This is stupid. It's really, really stupid. Anyway, the stupid claw move for the victory, and Ishii's, legacy dies a little bit more. Just because Okan's a sack of shit. So anyway, let's pick it up a bit. Kanemaru and El Desperado versus Ishimori and ELP. Well, they can't all be winners, I suppose. ELP is a fine athlete. I also think that he tries a little bit too hard to be an annoying dick to the point where it's like, oh, wow, he's really good, and Ishimori's really good, and Kanemaru is likely drunk, and Despy had a career resurgence, so to speak, when he faced off against Hiromu, and then his mask got ripped, and then he unmasked, and I go, holy shit, why has he been hiding that face underneath that mask? But IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match. I have had enough of the Bullet Club, just saying right now. Too sweet. That's all I gotta fucking say. If you like Bullet Club, fan-fucking-tastic. Guess what? They're a hollowed husk of a goddamn wrestling stable. They're a t-shirt brand, and sure, they may sell a lot of t-shirts. Okay? Jim Jones sold a lot of Kool-Aid. How'd that fucking work out for everybody? So anyway, yeah, I just compared Bullet Club to Jim Jones because they have about the same goddamn effect. So anyway, you could have taken a nap during some of this and the usual Bullet Club antics and not miss shit, and that's not the only time I'm going to say that. It's two heel teams, even though people tend to like El Desperado. El Desperado, I mean, not El Desperado, ELP can do some stuff, and Ishimori can do some stuff, but it was what it was. The titles also don't mean anything. There's like a few teams that compete among, each other and everything. They're going to have to form more teams because Sho and Yo broke up. And now Sho's joined Bullet Club, so welcome to him being, Evil 2.0, where they're not going to do shit with him because he's going to get the colors on, and then it's not going to mean anything. So anyway, I don't know why they took the title off of El Desperados. All I gotta say, nothing against Robbie Eagles. So El Desperado versus Taiji Ishimori in a best of 5 series would be all good. So this kept going. The whole loaded boot thing is absolute shit. Then again, I would have to be loaded to put up with a lot of ELP's antics. So loaded punch, ref bump. And oh my god, he put the boot on his hand and he may have broken his hand, but Pinche Loco, 1, 2, 3, new tag team champions. They were the same tag team champions, I think, when I started, shortly after I started watching New Japan Live and reviewing it a few years ago. Kanemaru and El Desperado are tag team champions. Good, I guess. Anyway, Goto and Yoshihashi versus Naito and Sonata versus Dangerous Tekker, Zack Sabre Jr., and Taichi with Miho Abe. Good to see Miho Abe. 3-way IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match. Well, it wasn't dull, I'll give them that. This actually was where things picked up. The pace was mostly frenetic. They did some good stuff. They did the comedy stuff with like everybody trying to choke Taichi while Miho says, I wish that was me. I'm not here to kink shame. And there, again, was some comedy. Yoshihashi was trying to display personality. That is adorable. I don't hate him. It's just that his bow staff has more personality than he does. All 6 got their chance to shine. There were some big moves spamming. 15 minutes went by really quick. I mean, the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match went on forever, and this at least kept going. It kept going. Holy fuck, Goto did a dive. My god, Hiroki was really shining here. Near falls and skull end and everything, and I'm like, oh, please don't have Yoshihashi get the fall. I don't want Yoshihashi as a double champion. Black Mephisto and Yoshihashi after a blind tag, 1, 2, 3, hooray! The least interesting guy in the match took the pin. I don't hate Yoshihashi. Once again, I don't. Somebody may say otherwise, but I don't. So, okay, tag team champions retain. I'm going to say right now that you need to move away from Naito and Sonata and Dangerous Tekkers having, more matches, at least for now. You want to revisit it at Wrestle Kingdom, that's fine. But right now, you need to move away. They've had 3 matches, even though you did add Goto and Yoshihashi. You got to get away from that. You got to get away from it. Only because you can only have the same good matches or great matches for so long. Their first two were fan-fucking-tastic. But you can't oversaturate. So, G1 Climax 31 field. So, A block is Kota Ibushi, Tetsuya Naito, Shingo Takagi, Zack Sabre Jr., Yano, Tomohiro Ishii, Yujiro Kenta, Tanga Loa, and the Great Okan. Okay, so you have 9 wrestlers. I will throw Yujiro in there as a wrestler, even though he's not very interesting. And you have a sack of shit Okan. If Great Okan is anywhere near in the competition, like by halfway through or whatever, then Gato doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. New Japan's basically taking a shit on at least a good chunk of fans. I don't know how many people like the Great Okan. I have not seen this character very well received, even in New Japan circles. Do you like the Great Okan? Genuine question. Let me know. So that's Field A. And Field is A block is pretty goddamn full, pretty goddamn stacked. And then we have B block at Sonata, Taichi, Yoshihashi. Well, they can't all be winners. Goto, Jeff Cobb, Evil, Tama Tonga, Chase Owens, Okada, and Tanahashi. Okay, if Chase Owens gets more than 1 victory in this entire field, then I think they basically have just given up and rolled over, and they're going to play dead until Wrestle Kingdom. I don't like Chase Owens, in case you can't tell, the human equivalent of NyQuil. So I will do my predictions for that field a little bit later. Anyway, let's talk about Robbie Eagles versus Hiromu Takahashi. Good stuff. Good stuff. The little block trophy that I have is in the wash currently. And by that, I mean it's in the closet and I can't find it. But I would put that up. And thank you very much, Jen, for sending me that. I really do appreciate it. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Quick start. Really good stuff with some hard strikes. Robbie kept focusing on the leg. He was bound, determined to prove that he was going to be able to beat, a multi-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. He was going to be able to show that it wasn't just a fluke, him beating El Desperado. He was going to prove himself, and he did. Eagles did a dive into the guardrail. I've seen Robbie Eagles live a couple times. The guy is very, very fucking talented, works hard, whether it's in front of like 15,000 people or 500 people. Hiromu fires up, but he keeps selling the knee. Really good psychology here. Series of reversals. We get Diamondite Plunger. Plymanite Dunger. There we go. Let's just call it that. Drop kick to the knee in the corner and into the spotlight. Ouch. It was really, really uncomfortable. Super Turbo Backpack for 2. That just sounds like a power-up in a Konami game. Back when Konami actually made games and didn't just make pachinko machines and a bunch of bullshit. And then run Hideo Kojima out of the goddamn place. I should just say Kojima, but then people would have thought I would have been talking about the Breadmaster. Ron Miller special for the win, because Hiromu just couldn't take it anymore. He had to tap out and everything. He was selling the knee when he came out for a little bit of a celebration later, because the good thing happened in the main event. The only good thing. El Desperado shows up and says, "Don't you forget about me." He didn't say that. El Desperado's English pretty goddamn good, actually. I was like, holy shit. I mean, I'm not knocking. Clearly, because he's worked with a lot of Americans and, a lot of foreign talents. He's learned that, and he cut a pretty damn good promo in English. So I was like, okay, this is good. I mean, there was a little bit of Japanese, but he says, how about, titles on the line, everything. How about we have a match later, even though I lost to you? I want to prove that, that was just a one-time thing. But how about we defend our IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships against you and a partner you're choosing? And Robbie Eagles chose Tiger Mask. Of all the people, you chose a guy that is go, Tiger, and going towards retirement. Well, that was a forced joke right there. And Robbie Eagles agrees. Okay, cool. And then we get Shingo Takagi versus Evil with Dick Togo, Show, and Yujiro for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And oh, fucking dear. You know what? Here, I need to rip up something here before I continue to talk about this. I'm going to say right now that I wanted Evil to get a singles run for a while, and I'm glad, they gave him a heel run. Cool and everything. His name is Evil, everything is evil, so it makes sense. But here's the deal. This was dog shit. This was one of the worst heavyweight championship matches I've seen in a major wrestling company all year. And that's including WWE, that's including AEW, that's including anything I've seen in Impact, that's including anything I've seen in the NWA. Here's why. It was overbooked nonsense. Enough of the fucking goddamn fucking Bullet Club, too sweet fucking bullshit. I'm fucking sick of it. This is part of the reason why I have stopped watching so much New Japan. Because it's so fucking irritating. The interference and constant bullshit, you are not WCW 2000. You keep doing this and you're going to end up with crowds liking WCW 2000. Not without the proper funding, though. They're going to have the funding because Bushiroad has a whole lot of money. And, they got investors. They're doing, really good as far as profits. But my fucking goodness, this was stupid. And I get it. You want to build it up where, you want this dastardly heel to finally get his comeuppance. I don't care when Evil's there. I was like, great. They made me not care about one guy I've been wanting to see succeed for a while. And Show's out there. He already doesn't mean anything. Dick keeps repeatedly inserting himself from behind. And Yujiro is like, white bread right there. He's just like he's a piece of untoasted bread. And his pimp cane right there. I mean, he doesn't have Peter or whatever the hell her goddamn name is. Bullet Club is such a freaking stale stable. Just a husk of a goddamn stable. A once proud stable. That actually used to mean something. And, even when it had Carl, there's a time and a place, Anderson. That guy can piss the fuck off. Including, actually both of the Good Brothers. Home of the Good Brothers, may we take your order. Okay, so Red Shoes basically kicks them all out eventually after about 18 times where they interfered. And then so everybody ran back in because Red Shoes just has no authority at all. Naito and Sonata run in, and then eventually Shingo wins with Last of the Dragons. He's happy that he's back. He did catch the virus. He's healthy. And tells Hiromu, you can't be injured. You just came back. And they celebrate and everything. And then he's talking about the G1 and everything. And this was a sour. At least they ended it with Shingo. But yeah, I'm fucking sick of it. And I'm going to tell you right now I'm really worried about the G1 field because I'm very concerned that they're going to have a bunch of interference and a bunch of bullshit and everything, and it's going to end up being one of the worst fields, which I hope not, because it has potential to be pretty goddamn good. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.